personal best of 3 minutes and 50 seconds for the mile. I should say 3 minutes, 50 seconds, 66, almost under that 350 mark. You're the defending champion, event record holder. You ran 4:03 last year on this course. Tell us what that experience was like last year, winning the BAA Invitational Mile. It was a lot of people talk about the way that you celebrated. It was just, you felt just so much energy from the crowd last year.
Yeah, it was a spectacular experience. I didn't know what to expect and saw the course with 4 90-degree turns that we'd have to go through 3 times, so 12 total turns. And on the final lap I went to make my move and I came around past what I hadn't observed as being such a big crowd, and suddenly they just rose to their feet and roared, and I couldn't help but start raising the roof, and I think I high-fived 1 or 2 of them down the home straight. So I just got caught up in the moment. It wasn't trying to boast. I was just really sharing the experience with everybody else. It's very seldom you get to experience that sort of atmosphere in running, and it really felt like an indoor track race in many senses because you're so close to the fans as you make that final turn. A little bit like pen relays as well, where the crowd is right above you on the track. So that's why I'm back here again this year. I run for those experiences, to get those euphoric moments. So that's why I'm back again, to hopefully enjoy some of that buzz again.
Now, obviously, one of the biggest accomplishments, getting the silver medal in the 2008 Olympic Games. You're a 3-time Olympian for New Zealand. Talk a little bit about the historical aspect of New Zealand and all the great middle distance runners that have come out of that area.
Well, we've had 3 Olympic gold medalists and 3 world record holders in the 1500 metres. And so the 1500 metres or the mile is sort of, you get raised knowing that that is the heritage for the sport. And when I ran a 4:01 mile in high school, I was sort of pegged as the possible person to fill those shoes, to be the next New Zealand miler to do that. And that was really before the internet really took off in the running world, so I benefited from the fact that there was literature out there on how to train for the international circuit, for the Olympics and stuff. So I really reaped the benefit reading about Arthur Lydiard and John Walker's and Peter Snell's autobiographies, and so I got a much greater understanding of training, which the younger generation now has the benefits of letsrun.com and people who are sharing all this running information. But back 1999, 2000, that wasn't available to so many. So I reaped the benefits of that history and seeing all the videos of John Walker racing against Ray Flynn sitting in the back room. And so I really benefited a lot from that history.
Now you're still living in Ann Arbor, and where you went to college. You're 2005 NCAA indoor champion for the mile. What kept you in Ann Arbor? I mean, a lot of runners will run in college and then they'll move to another training base, so they'll go and find some other area to train. But you stayed in that college town. What kept you there?
Well, I was one of the lucky few to turn professional while I still had eligibility left, so I hadn't yet graduated. So finishing off my degree at the University of Michigan was first and foremost. And year after year after year, I still hadn't graduated until after the London Olympics. I finally decided to go back and complete my degree. But no, I married a girl from the state of Michigan, and I've really just enjoyed living in a college town. I think it offers all of the good aspects of big city life without dealing with the traffic or the negative sides to big cities. And I think I've really reaped the rewards of having a long-term relationship with one coach. 12 years we've been together now, and there's been different levels of who's had more control or power in the relationship over the years, but it's really been one where we've been able to build on all of that knowledge and experience, where we just understand each other now so well, rather than hopscotching around all the places. So I just enjoy having a familiar surroundings and having family, a good church to go to, and a good community of friends. I think a good balance in life is part of what's enabled me to have a long career rather than feeling burnt out.
You're referencing Ron Warhurst.
Yes.
So that's obviously a well-known coach in the NCAA ranks. So that's one of those folks you just wanted to stay with.
Yes.
Now I lobbed up Oregon, so I got to lob recent World Indoor Championships. You finished fourth. Later on, you were disqualified for stepping on the rail, stepping on the inside of the rail. Again, a tough experience. You were all, at least it wasn't for a medal. You did lose a medal in the situation, but how do you bounce back from that experience? Where do you go from here, moving forward, going into the next Olympic Games in a couple of years?
Well, that was $8,000 down the drain, so I've got to make that up somewhere in another race. And so if I win the race tomorrow, then there's $3,000 up for that. So, no, this is my profession. I know it was a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but with the very challenging times, those are what enable you to really enjoy those awesome times. And had everything always gone well, I probably wouldn't savor the Olympic medal as much as I have. But when you have so many difficult challenges, the times that does go well, you just relish and hold on to that so much more. So it sucks at the time, but yeah, you just really look forward to the next opportunity to hopefully get your moment of glory. And although it's, as these guys have all said, that it's a low-key year with no championship, we have the Commonwealth Games run those nations that are in the Commonwealth, and although it may not carry quite the same grandeur as in past years, still is important to New Zealand and to me especially, and that they're going to be in the UK this year, so fantastic crowd support. So I'm looking to try and do the 5,000 metre, 1,500 metre double, so here's a really good opportunity to put the world indoors and whatever other frustrations behind me and try and get that New Zealand flag back raised up on the poles would be a really awesome experience.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys for